We're going. We're doing
Hello,
it.
everyone. So I was just thinking about, I have this thought, I lost it, but I think it's around being, what are you doing? You're always creating something.
Mhm.
Are you busy because you are at the driver's seat of something? You're doing something.
Or are you busy
I know the I know
responding
the
and
I know
reacting?
the thought. I know the thought.
Yeah.
I think this was a workshop that my founder at Cabby, my clothing company, has organized for us. And there was this lady, she helped us on our vision.
Mhm.
And we were talking about smart goals. And she said, if you have an idea, if you have the vision, if you have a clarity, and that's what you and we also ask in coaching, if you know exactly what you want, then the way you will organize your weeks, your days, your hours, your minutes
Yep.
will all make sense because you're pursuing that goal.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to, I was warming up lunch for me, and then the oven is like beeping. I'm just gonna
Oh,
stop
okay.
it
Okay.
quickly.
Yeah. So we don't want the oven beeping because we don't want to start a fire or anything like that.
We
Make
won't
sure
catch
that.
fire, but it will keep
Yes.
beeping
Yeah.
until I go and stop it. It's the oven. I made quiche. I think I saw you. And then the left, this is the last
That's the last
slice.
of the leftovers of
I
the
was warming
quiche.
it up. I haven't eaten yet. And yeah, after our call, I will eat. Anyway, how are you beside that? So you're busy
Well,
today.
fabulous. Yeah, Toastmasters this morning. Then I went to Denver School of the Arts, and my new paradigm is to perform 25 prospecting touches a day.
Okay, so
That's what.
connection
Yeah,
to connect
yeah,
with at least 25 people every day.
yeah. So,
That's
and
wonderful.
that could be an email, it could be a Facebook message, it could be a text, it could be whatever. But yeah, to do that every day, and that's my new towards the end
I
of the
like
year.
that.
That's my new thing.
I
And I'm
like
at
that.
10, I'm at 10 today. So I managed to get 10 in and I did my 25 yesterday. So I felt quite accomplished about that. And
I
I'll
think
put this
I
out
like
there.
that.
I'll put this out there for anybody who's watching who has a lead for me. One of my intentions is to go into sales organizations and other small organizations and speak in front of groups of people and offer a free speech and then tell them what my coaching is all about. And so if you have any places where you think I might be a good speaker, let me know. So there
I
it
think
is.
you're a good I think you're a good speaker, and maybe what I want to add out there, this is not you saying, oh, I need clients. This is you saying, I want to make an impact. I am making an impact in people's life, and the more people
Yes.
I reach out to,
Right.
the greater my impact. So
Right.
I think that's
Exactly.
an important distinction to make.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. To share the message. Like what I've been doing the last night and this morning is sharing the speech I did a couple of weeks ago about how to create self love by using mirror work,
Yeah.
by saying I love you into a mirror, saying I love myself, looking into a mirror or into the selfie mode on this phone and saying James I love you, and then in third person James loves himself,
Mhm.
and just doing that every day.
Yeah. I just before I jumped on with you, I finished the podcast with Steve Chandler. And Steve Chandler is, I
Oh, I
heard
need to listen
he,
to that one. Yeah.
he doesn't like this name, but he's a father of coaching. So the grandfather of coaching,
Yeah. Or I think the Godfather. They call him the
the
Godfather of
godfather of
coaching.
coaching. He's amazing. He has
Yeah.
written like 33 or
Yeah.
34 books on coaching. It's more about being. And he gave an interesting distinction that I didn't think about before. Um, and it's between pleasing and serving.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he says that, now serving, everybody's like, oh, I just want to serve. I want to serve. I want to serve. But it has become a quick word for a lot of people. What they mean is, it's not even what they mean, but what they're doing by serving is pleasing. And Steve Chandler, he took the example of his dad that, he would serve another glass of alcohol, and his dad was an alcoholic. And so he was serving his dad, and then he realized that he wasn't serving him. He was pleasing
He's just
him.
pleasing what he
Yes. And
wanted
he
rather
said,
than doing what was best for him.
yes. And he
Yeah.
said, serving is making a difference, a positive difference in someone's life, whether pleasing is just trying to make sure that the person likes us. And the problem with pleasing is that it's never ending. It's a game that has no win, because you don't know if the person the next morning is going to like you, because it's not based on true things. It's based on the things you're doing. While service is really, really making a difference in someone's life. And I really, really like that distinction.
Yeah, and also along with that, people don't have to like you.
Oh yeah, you're not here to be liked.
Yeah.
I think my takeaway, my biggest takeaway on that is I don't mind if you don't like me, as long as I love myself. I like myself. I think we can't, I always take the ultimate example for me, who is Jesus. He was the most amazing person, and he's God to me. Yet he was, he didn't do anything wrong one day, and in his life. Yet there are a lot of people who didn't like him. He was even killed because he wasn't liked. So if everyone didn't like Jesus, I won't expect everyone to like me. So I think my point is, am I in agreement with myself? Am I living the values I believe in? Do I love myself unconditionally? Am I being authentic? I am being true to who I really am. I think that's the most important thing in my being today.
If you love yourself, everything works. Everything.
Yeah, if I am real, I something like, I had a conversation with someone this morning, and it was it's a conversation that left me sad at the end. Okay. But it's a feeling I am comfortable staying with, because I am sad because it's the end of a relationship that I really enjoyed. But I love that I said, I don't want to work to impress. I don't want to work to make you like me. I don't want to work to not be myself. It's tiring. I just want to be me. And if I can't be me, then I guess, it's a friendship relationship. If I can be me, and that's the second relationship I am losing like that, because it's someone who had
Are you losing it, or are you deciding that it's time?
No, we said, she said it's better than we don't, yeah. It's friendship, and I have evolved a lot these past years, probably months, even more. And my beliefs have evolved. I am a strong Christian. I believe I am a strong Christian. I believe Jesus is my everything. But for example, the fact that self-love is very important to me, I have a lot of people who used to be my friend who say, well, you are walking on dark water, on troubled waters.
Really? Because of self-love?
Yes.
That's
it
interesting.
says that self-love is worldly, that self-love is deception.
Well,
that
didn't Jesus say, love your neighbor as you love yourself?
Yeah, but they see the emphasis not on yourself, but
not on yourself. They see it more on your neighbor.
Yeah, and it's a discussion. And honestly, I am open. It's like the COVID vaccine. I won't tell out loud if I've done it or not. But the people who did not do the vaccine, who didn't take it, they did it with all the information they had at this time, and they decided that the best thing for them was not to do it. And the people who got vaccinated, they assessed the same thing and they made their choice. And I think that's what creates, division. It's wanting, and we already had that conversation. It's the desire to convince someone about something you are believing. I think we just should try and understand one another.
Yeah.
And I think that for me, because I love myself now so much, I am more energized. I have more compassion. I have more time to enjoy others. And my children, who are my number one reflection, they love the mom that I am now.
Yeah.
And when I am not, and I still get angry, and I realize that I get angry when I have been in people-pleasing mode. So I constantly now creating myself, come back to loving myself, taking time for myself, listening to myself, and making sure I'm being real with myself in order to be the best mom that I can be.
Yeah. With people pleasing, it's interesting that once you decide that's your default way of being, is like, I have to please others, and that's because that's where I get my validation. What you're doing is you're giving all your power away to what other people think of you, or more accurately, what you think other people think of you.
Yeah, I think it's just best in any case to just be yourself, to be true to yourself, to be real.
Yeah.
I love authenticity is part of my values, and it's tiring to be faking someone you're not. And I tried after my surgery in 2018. I had a emergency surgery in 2018, and that's where I call it my dark night of the soul. And honestly, that's where my rebirth began. The major thing that happened to me is that I couldn't catch up with the old Sabelle, the version of Sabelle before the surgery. I couldn't catch up. To this day, I was never able to be that Sabelle. I was very energetic. I was, I think, bubblier than I am today.
Really?
I was always out. I was doing my clothing business. I was at the top of it. I was reaching out to everyone. I had so much energy. And after my surgery,
See, that's hard for me to imagine right now, because you're
oh,
very
I was nothing
energetic, you're
like I
very
was. I am
bubbly,
very, I'm still maybe bubbly, but I'm very calm. I'm very low key
okay.
compared to what I used to be. And after my surgery, I could not be at that level anymore. And I tried, I really tried to be the old version of me, but I could not. And I needed to accept that, well, this is who you are today. This is the level of energy you have. Just do with that. And I struggled, 2 years, I think my real awakening, and I can say that I am 100% stress and anxiety free, happened the past year when I did more research and understood more things, and since I started coaching as well. But the authenticity. So, and since that, I have my 5 values that we've talked about over and over again. And one of them is authenticity, being myself, being true to myself no matter what. And there is loving kindness and, loving others unconditionally. And there is being self-love, self-care, self-appreciation, self-esteem, everything that has to do with self, meaning putting myself first, and then being the conscious creator of my life, meaning that if I want something, for example, you can tell me, I want this, but I'm sorry, I can't give it to you. Or I want to give you this, but I can't give it to you. Because for me, if I want something, I will take the action that makes me do it because I want it. I go for the action.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
It does make sense. Yeah.
You create your life.
Yes, that's definitely true.
You will tell me, yes, but there's outside circumstances. Yes, as long as I am alive, I create my life. Maybe, I'll be run by a car later, or my emergency surgery, I wasn't expecting it, right? But until then, until I got my surgery, I was still operating at the level that I was operating. And the problem appeared when I tried to fight that reality of that was happening. Instead of just living the person I was then, I tried to leave the person I was before the surgery.
You're trying to people please yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, That's maybe the hardest, right? To live up to your own unrealistic expectations of
Yes.
what you should be doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I
good.
put out there that I'm hiring because my business is growing and I need someone to help me to work alongside me. So
Mhm.
just thought, yeah, if you're listening and you're in Michigan and you would love to work with me about 20 hours a week, let me know.
It's reason to move to Michigan for me. I thought you.
You live in Denver. Honestly, would you trade Denver for Michigan?
I don't know. I've never lived there, so I
Michigan
don't
is
know.
amazing. It's beautiful,
Yeah,
but
I'm sure
everybody
that.
talks about Denver,
Yeah. Uh,
So maybe you should come and visit
yes.
and attest by yourself.
Yeah, test it and see if I
Yeah.
want to be an assistant
Although I'm looking
to
for a woman,
yeah,
I would,
I
yeah.
figured, yeah.
I know you're joking.
I saw your post and I'm like, well.
You're a guy.
All
Yeah.
right, well let's go ahead and stop this right there.
See you. We'll see. Oh, are we still recording?
Yeah, we're
So
still
we're
going.
gonna have a guest tomorrow because Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, I am at a training from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Mhm.
So I won't be there. So there'll still be Sabelle and James being together with Sabelle and James. But James is going to have a special guest.
Special
Yeah.
guest Friday
So
and
you announce
Saturday.
them tomorrow. Mhm.
Yep, yep. So
Okay. That's
so
wonderful.
everybody tune in.
Tune in. I'll
Tune
miss
in.
you. And but yeah, I'll see you again on Monday. You
All
take
right.
care.
See you later. All right. Whoa, there it is.